William Swinderby burnt for the faith at London in England AD 1401. In the year 1389 it occurred, as old chronicles show, that one William Swinderby, a priest of the bishopric of Lincoln, was accused of certain opinions and brought before the Bishop of Lincoln, who examined him concerning certain articles in the church at Lincoln, according to the manner or order of the papal laws agreeing with their usual ceremonies. His accusers were the monks Friar Roger Frisby, a Franciscan, Friar John Hinckley, an Augustinian, and Thomas Blackstone, a Dominican, whom he refuted in all their accusations, showing that the 11 articles which they brought against him, and which they alleged to have extracted from his sermons, were altogether false, or at least mixed with much untruth. But said monks, not content with his disavowal and explanation, opposed him so vehemently with their testimonies that they declared to have convicted him of the articles with which they had charged him. They brought with them into the city dry faggots according to the English custom to burn him, and would not release him until he had promised, or, from fear of death, firmly assured them that he would not hold, teach, or preach said articles any more, neither secretly nor openly, on pain of incurring like punishment. They moreover drew up in a writing form which he was to repeat from memory by way of recantation, to which they compelled him by severe threats. But afterwards the aforesaid William Swinderby did nevertheless not cease preaching his belief, so that he was apprehended by order of King Richard II in the 15th year of his reign, coinciding with the year 1392, and closely confined by order of John, Bishop of Hereford, who had received this charge from the king. In the meantime he was examined in the faith, and it was found that he taught several articles which militated against the Roman Church, but which, or what kind of articles these were, is not clearly expressed by the writers. Yet it can be inferred from the confession of one Walter Brute, who in the matter of faith is compared to William Swinderby by Abraham Melanus and others, yea, they declare that Walter Brute was a champion and defender of William Swinderby's articles, who among others maintained this article, that it is not lawful for Christians to swear on any account, in any case, either by the Creator or by his creatures. Concerning holy baptism he made this confession: He, Christ, was buried, that we might all, by baptism, be buried with him into his death, and that having died unto sin, notice this is not the work of children, we should live unto righteousness. As to his views in regards to all other articles, we have found them very scriptural, salutary, and good. In regard to this, see John Fox. It is certainly true that William Swinderby's articles of faith thus shone forth through their radiance of divine truth, that the children of darkness, the Romanists, could not bear them, so that they finally, after a long and severe confinement, finished his trial, pronouncing sentence of death upon him, namely, that he should be executed with fire, that is, burnt alive as a heretic, in Smithfield, London. This, is stated, was done with him 12 years after his first imprisonment. Further observation regarding his death. Concerning the death of this pious man, a certain author gives the following account from John Fox. Having received this commission and full power from the king against William Swinderby, the bishop doubtless did his very best to procure his arrest without delay. However, he did not immediately proceed with the execution of death against him, but kept him in prison for a long time. At last, AD 1401, he was burnt alive in Smithfield at London. Again, A. Melanus Ballius also accords with this, saying that William Swinderby, after his recantation, was strengthened in the confession of the divine truth, and was finally, AD 1401, burnt alive in the sight of a great number of people in Smithfield at London. Note, AD 1405, John Wenchelsberg now wrote against the superstition in popery, and also against the deception practiced by the priests. Among other things, he related of a Bohemian priest who had colored the host of the sacrament of the altar with his own blood, and had persuaded the people that the blood had of its own accord mingled with the bread. These are, he said, the lying signs and false miracles of Antichrist, but what happened to him on this account from the papists we have not found in the old writers.